today, and it's from a Facebook group called White and Proud. And this is a message that white servers have for black people. So I'm going to read it for y'all just so I can spread awareness. But anyways, it says, to all you blacks in here, keep this in mind. Hope you enjoy your next meal next time you eat out. There is a Facebook group that I am a part of, which is this one that I'm reading from, and it is for white servers. We have come up with a plan. When a table of black diners come in and place their orders, we walk back to the kitchen to get your food when ready. There is always a blind spot in the kitchen, and we are licking our fingers and touching your food. If it happens to be a Texas Roadhouse or Logan's, those rolls are full of our white saliva. Some of the cooks are in on this too. Think they are playing? They aren't. Believe me, this has been going on since y'all started this nonsense with Carmelo, the candy bar Anthony crap. By the way, the group has over 400K members. Enjoy y'all's food. Every single day, y'all continue to prove us right. Every single day, y'all are looking for new ways to be racist and just do the most. Don't y'all think that if y'all hate black people as much as y'all claim y'all do, why can't y'all just leave us the fuck alone? Like, why do y'all have to go the extra mile and do stuff like this? Why do y'all need to do all that? Why can't y'all just leave us alone? Huh? Why can't y'all just leave us alone? Like, all of this, it's unnecessary because black people not going nowhere. We still gonna be here at the end of the day. So what's the point of y'all doing this? And then when they find out who the fuck y'all is and then y'all get in trouble, y'all gonna blame black people then too, right? Like, in what universe does it make sense to do any of this? Huh? And then y'all get mad when we continue to talk about race. Everything is about race. We're gonna continue to talk about it if y'all keep doing dumbass shit like this. Like...
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to start off giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect men who push this word in all truth and in sincerity, diligently doing so. All right, about to make
that's the basic that you need.
a gym run.
You can add other treats on
Go sit in the sauna for a minute.
Nutritionally, that's gonna keep your kids fed, energized.
I got a little time on my break. Shalom to the women and children who watch and who learn as well. And this is going to be, I wanted to make it a longer lesson, maybe a little longer lesson, because I wanted to hit a few topics. So I might just cut it up. I might just cut it up in lessons. All right. And the sister, all right, here is, she's looking for answers. All right. You know, Jake, you just, the answer is you are Jacob and they are Esau. Okay. That's why you're constantly being targeted. Okay. They have a perpetual, look it up, hatred, for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They are, a lot of them understand that they're Esau. Okay, they have come, they're making songs about it, and the thing is, this group that she's talking about, they have 400K members, 400,000 members. That's a lot of people that's down with the bullshit, man. All right. That's a lot of people, Now, when you look into the Bible and research into the Bible, as you have individuals saying that the so-called white man is not the Edomites, and the Edomites will be saved. They won't be saved. Okay, they'll be saved from the destruction as far as being reserved, okay? They're reserved for destruction. So, building the kingdom, all right, it's not what you would call saved, okay? Our ancestors, when they were brought to America and when they were, put into slavery here in America, they weren't saved. So much, in fact, that you had our people who jumped overboard into the Atlantic Ocean rather than come to America, okay? Because, they had heard that, there on the African coast, our ancestors, they were given a diet of sugar cane, all right? And, sugar cane, cocaine, all right? They put some cane on it, all right? If you feed, there's, if you want to, let's say if you're, this is a trick that, hunters do, all right? Now, I was going to say mention my uncle, okay? People who are from down south, okay? When they catch wild game, okay? Okay, instead of you're not gonna just kill and cook the wild game, like as far as animals, in one day. All right, man, I might only get 20 minutes, 30 minutes in the sauna. You might not cook and kill that wild game and wild animal in one day. All right, you're not gonna do that, okay? Because if you do that, whatever that animal has been used to eating, you're gonna taste that in that animal's flesh, okay? You're gonna taste it. So they have a process of, before they slaughter that wild game, they keep that wild game for about a week or two, and then they feed it, they feed it on a different diet, to kind of make the meat or the game tastes a little bit better. So they might feed it sugar cane, corn, okay, which is going to give that meat a sweeter taste to it, and that's why they say bears, I've ate bear meat before, okay? So I'm going to tell you that there's a saying, sweeter than bear meat, okay? Bear meat is sweet, okay? And the only way that I would think that bear meat would be sweet is because bears eat honey, okay? They eat honey. And so that's what makes their meat sweet. Like, if you ever ate a beef roast, all right? That's what bear meat tastes, that's what it's like. It would actually be better than a beef pot roast because it's sweet. Okay, you would cook it the same as a pot roast, all right? But the meat is sweet, okay? Sweet. And so, and that's what they, that's how they did Jake, all right? They would feed them sugar cane to fatten them up, and cocaine, all right? But they stopped, with the cocaine, all right? They put cane on it, right? And they give you the cane to this day, whether it's sugar, flour, whatever white substance they give you, Jake, that gives you, Jake, diabetes, high blood pressure, and other things, okay? Esau still has you on that same damn slave diet, okay? You should be You should be infuriated. You shouldn't even want to eat at Texas fucking Roadhouse, you know? You know? But that's the nigga in you. See? That's the nigga in you. Esau can't make a steak better than Jake, all right? But you're not going to go to Jake's steakhouse, okay? If I open up a steakhouse tomorrow, Jake's Steakhouse, you're not going to come, okay? You're going to go where the mass is at, okay? So they can lick, you know, they kiss their dogs, they lick the booty, they lick, you know, whatever wild, thing that they do is wild, man. They eat raw meats and all of that. And then now they're licking their fingers. They know that they're nasty. They stink, okay? And, I'm talking about Esau, okay? And they put this on your food, okay? They're licking their fingers and spitting on your food. And they got 400K, and that's just, it's more than that, because, if whatever Esau does, his wife does, his children does, okay? And now, you got the shit face because you love to run to Texas Roadhouse for Valentine's Day and for certain days, and Esau's in there spitting it up on your shit, and plus more, all right? And plus more. Again, this is not going to be a long lesson. So, the answer is, look up Esau and Jacob, okay? And if you're a so-called Negro or a so-called Hispanic, through the line of your father, okay? You are an Israelite, okay? You are an Israelite. Now, and it's the same thing for the so-called white man, all right? If they're so-called white, okay, or Caucasian, through the line of their father, well, then they are a Edomite. Okay, because you can look like all people who look like so-called white people are not Edomites. Okay, some of them are Jake. Okay, I got family members who are German and different ethnicities, and their father is a Jake, but they look like another nation. Okay, so look, check into that, and know that you are Jake, okay? Know that you are an Israelite, and that right now it's time for you to wake the hell up. Wake the hell up, okay? You have to leave. The Bible says, flee Babylon, and you flee these devils by leaving them the hell alone. Okay, you don't give them, okay, any opportunity to do this type of treatment to you, okay? You cut it out as much as possible because they're trying to poison you as much as they can, all right? So, like I said, this is going to be a quick lesson, and I'm going to be coming periodically through the day with a lot of what's in the news, all right? So this is going to be the first thing I'm going to confront, and I may hit on it some more, all right? Texas Roadhouse, all right? And not only Texas Roadhouse, the Lone Star, okay? You want to stay away from the Lone Star. You want to stay away from Red Lobsters, all right? Leave those crabs, and you're not supposed to be eating at it. Crabs and lobsters, okay? What's the Rick Ross place with the chicken, Wingstop? Yeah, they got, it's good, but All you know, tastes okay. You know, they flavor it up. You know, but yeah, leave it alone, man. Okay, but you know, the scriptures say, hey, we're gonna eat our bread defiled among these Gentiles. All right. Also say you shall eat poison and live, but you just don't want to be eating poison to be eating poison. So, you know, with that being said, you know, I'm gonna get in, get out of this gym. All right. And you know, sweat some of these toxins out, you know. And you know, Lord willing, you are edified till next time. Shalom.